We stand here in front of the First Horizon Coliseum and welcome you back to the Level Up podcast. And I'm joined by my former roommate, my hero, and head coach, Scott Burt. Coach, thanks for joining us here. And a great time to talk about the new franchise here, the Greensboro Gargoyles, now 3 weeks into their season, about to kick off a 6-game homestand. Tell me just about the whole process. You've been the mastermind behind getting this show on the road and the ins and out of signing players, making sure the bus keeps rolling forward.
Yeah, it's pretty scary, isn't it? Yeah, but you know what? It has been, it's a little bit different. It's new for me, starting a new franchise, starting from ground zero up typically. When you start a season, you have a core group of guys. We never had one, so we had to start from somewhere. And for myself, adding Jason Binkley, who also has been a coach in this league, kind of put our minds together and really talked about what we see in our group, what we want to see, typical Gargoyles hockey, and then started putting it together with our first signings and then moving on from there.
Well, you've become a staple piece in the community here and trying to do all you can to get out between spreading the word about the Gargoyles, attending local restaurants, as well as now the team getting involved with some community service efforts. What has your first impressions here now about 3 months into living in Greensboro been about the Greensboro community?
Well, the weather's beautiful. That's first and foremost. We've had some great times, and we live just outside in a little town called Oak Ridge, and the biggest thing with Oak Ridge and us moving there is the school system. And it was big for our daughter to get into a really good school system. And everyone raved about, Northwest and where we are. And we're excited to be out that way. Now, with that being said, us attending a lot of curricular stuff with volleyball and catching a football game and whatnot within their school system and their community there has been pretty awesome and something that we're really excited about and really excited to really be a part of Greensboro in a whole.
Go Vikings.
Go Vikings.
Well, it's a perfect time here as the month transitions into November to talk about your story. And Hockey Fights Cancer, typically associated with this month. You have an unbelievable story around that, now overcoming brain cancer and working towards remission here now on the back end of a very scary moment last year where you were diagnosed with a brain tumor, had to go into emergency surgery. Talk a little bit about your backstory with your cancer diagnosis and now being on the other side of that, the month of Hockey Fights Cancer in the month of November, the symbolism around that, what that means to you.
Well, first and foremost, I wish this upon no one. I wish I wasn't here really talking about my story. But this is life, and this is what my journey is all about. And yeah, last year I had a pretty scary moment there when I was rushed to the hospital and found that I had a brain tumor. Emergency surgery, wife and doctor saved my life. Had an opportunity to work with the best doctors at the Mayo Clinic, best doctors in Rapid City, and now here in Greensboro. I'm hoping I'm on the tail end. Obviously you just don't know. What I've been told now is, and I call it the gremlin, it's sleeping. And we don't want to wake the gremlin up. So, I'm still going through chemo. We're closing in on almost a year now on chemo. And the worst part of it is, when you have any kind of cancer and you go through radiation and chemo is poison. So we're poisoning my body right now. And I'm hoping that, what we're doing with that is really working. So far, so good. I've had nothing but good news and my health has been really good. So, this month means a ton to me. Obviously, the awareness. I love that the ECHL and every single team does a cancer night. I'm not sure when the Greensboro Gargoyles cancer night is, but I know last year in Rapid City we had a cancer night, and Idaho's had a cancer night, and Utah, every single team has a cancer night, and to me it means just a ton. The awareness of getting out there. Everyone has been touched by cancer somewhere, if it's personally or if it's been a friend, and it sucks. It's a terrible disease. We truly believe and we hope that there is going to be a cure, so no one has to live through this. But for me, it's having this story out there. It's spreading word. And again, I don't do this to promote myself. I do this for the awareness, to understand that it's okay to talk to people. It's okay to see a doctor if something's not going right. And for me, it started with taking a puck in the head in practice and having stitchers and having migraine headaches, which I couldn't get rid of, and then losing a little bit of sight in my peripheral vision on my left side. And, it was finally time to stop being the strong or tough guy that you think you are. God help, had an MRI, and they found that there was a tumor. It wasn't a small tumor. It was a pretty big tumor, and it was a fast-growing tumor. So with the emergency surgery, they didn't get it all out, but they got what they could get out of it for to me to be here today.
You mentioned the ECHL and the community impact. Talk a little bit about the outreach and how we can use this month as a positive to tell those people who are going through those struggles that you're not alone, and Hockey Fights Cancer can unite this community.
Yeah, it is unbelievable. And again, I said the ECHL, but the American Hockey League does this, the NHL does this, but it is. It's not being afraid to talk. If you are struggling, hey, there's people to talk to. I say this to every team that I've talked to. My phone is wide open, and it has nothing to do with tampering or any of that. I want my story out there, for the next person to maybe catch it a little bit sooner, and they don't have to go through, the pain that I went through last year, and, leaving my team for 7.5 weeks to go do radiation, and then coming back and getting behind the bench. But, through dedication and through working with doctors and good people, I stand here today and I promote, the awareness of people finding out and talking about it and being the best they can. I have a saying, it's a good day for a good day. So at the end of the day, have a good day, right? So I woke up today and I talked to my team about this. It's you get an opportunity to come down to the rink and be free and love life and love people and love your family. It's amazing just to be here.
Well, I want to emphasize that mentality. That was going to be my next question about your motto and your saying, because the guys in the locker room have gotten to know, how important that positivity is, and that's why you're such a big role model to myself and a lot of us who have gotten to know you. You emphasize showing up with a smile every day and the law of attraction, that when you put good things out to the atmosphere, good things happen to you. How important was that through your battle? And if you can be an influence to maybe somebody that's going through something similar?
Well, I can tell you it's tough, and it's tough to always be positive, because as a coach, there's some negative vibes that go through your mind and where you are and your team and the way you're playing. But you got to throw it aside, and you just got to show up with a good attitude. And for me, it's our guys seeing that every day. They see the hard work that myself and my staff we put in, and it kind of rubs off. Like you said it right, it's the law of attraction, right? So what you put out in the universe, my wife tells me this all the time, what you put out in the universe really will dictate what could happen next, right? So you put negativity out there, negativity is going to follow you, right? So, but if you're positive and you stay humble and healthy and have the energy to just be who you are, good things happen.
Let's get back on the side of your team, kicking off a 6-game homestand. What have you seen from this, this fan base so far? We had over 10,000 in attendance on the opening night. How awesome was that experience? And what do you want to see continue out of your franchise and your group going forward as we are early in this season getting this going?
Right. For myself and for the group, it's continuing to build the brand. And the brand is, not our players coming to practice and going home. It's being out in the community, talking to different people, going to schools, talking to kids, getting them excited, bringing hockey back and really this community. And it's a big deal for us just to be out there. And hey, we're excited to put on the Gargoyles jersey and logos and wear those and rep those. So, for me, it's awesome. I think the guys, as soon as they got here, really have embraced it. They've embraced the golfing, the weather, and just being out. And for some guys, it's a new start for them and their lives.
Well, if you see Coach out in the community, make sure you go say hello. Call him Rambo. Maybe give him one of these on the way by. Coach, appreciate it. Thank you so much.
It's going to be Hitman this weekend.